Hey guys, Nicole Russo coming to you from Lexington, Kentucky with colleague Joe Nevills for this week's edition of the Oaks Countdown. Last weekend's points race for the Kentucky Oaks was the Honeybee at Oaklawn, and it did shake things up a little bit on our top five list. Let's take a look. While you'll see our top three remain unchanged, the Honeybee winner Cosmic Burst does jump onto the board at number 4. Champion Caledonia Road still hanging on at number 5. Encouraging to see her stepping up in training with a half-mile work last week at Palm Meadows that earned a bullet. While her connections have yet to name a next start for her, she sure seems to be progressing on paper. Moving on to look at the rest of our top 10, Amy's Challenge does tick up a little after a decent second in her two-turn debut in the Honeybee. She'll have a lot riding on her next start, I think. I think going 2 turns is really a mental game for these young horses, and we'll see if she rates kindly and kind of learns how to use herself better more next out. Joe, I would have liked to see her hang on, but I did think it was a big effort in her biggest test to date.
Yeah, she really played catch me with you can with the Honeybee field. And there was a moment in the final turn when I really thought she was going to hang on and pull this thing off and just keep running on. And we were going to see a super horse emerge here. But, it just wasn't in the cards for her. We'll see how the strategy changes for Amy's Challenge in the next round of preps. But after that effort, I'm not sure how badly she's going to want to go the longer distances that we're going to see leading up to the Kentucky Oaks. That said, I think this is a serious horse and one that's going to rack up a lot of high-profile wins before it's all said and done. Some other movement that we saw in our top 10 came out of the Honeybee came from Red Ruby, who we knocked down to 10th. She was right there with Cosmic Burst in position to take a shot in the stretch, and she just didn't fire. Wavered a bit in the stretch, finished 4th. We'll have to see how she bounces back in the next race.
Mm-hmm. Well, you saw right there our newcomer to the top 5, Cosmic Burst and the Honeybee, reeling in a really talented filly in Amy's Challenge and pulling clear of her. That was actually the second win at a mile and a 16th for Cosmic Burst. She's been a very consistent filly, never missing the board to date. She's beaten some very nice fillies already in her career. In addition to Amy's Challenge, Red Ruby, and Stronger Than Ever in the Honeybee, we see Grade 1 place Princess Warrior on her PPs, Stakes place Queen Mom, and the promising Eskimo Kisses, who I think we're both looking forward to seeing in the Fairgrounds Oaks. So she definitely gets strength of schedule points from me. Cosmic Burst from the first crop of Violence, one of last year's leading freshman sires. He was a close second on the freshman earnings list, led the list by individual winners, and was tied for the most stakes winners. Also factored prominently in our Buyer-Sire performance standings. And his foals have really continued to step up as they've started to come to some of these longer distance races late in their juvenile season and early this year. And they've run very well on both dirt and turf. Violence very much following in the mold of his sire, Medaglia d'Oro, a versatile stallion who throws runners with stamina. Of course, he's the sire of Preakness and Kentucky Oaks winner Rachel Alexandra, and of another Oaks winner in Plum Pretty. I think the similarities Violence has already shown to his sire are very encouraging as his runners approach their first classic season. We'll see if they continue to follow a similar pattern. And Joe, looking at Cosmic Burst female family, I do see a lot of turf there, but it's definitely a classy page.
Definitely. And you have to do a little bit of looking, because if you look just at the first dam, Cosmic Burst is out of the unraced Ghost Zapper mare Peggy Ring, whose first foals to race are both winners, 2 foals to race, both winners. Cosmic Burst is a half to Come On Bert Roman Ruler, who mostly runs in 5-6 furlong claimers in the Ohio region. But you go back to the second dam, Be Exclusive, and she's a Group 3 winner in France, going a mile and an eighth, and you keep digging, you just keep finding more good stuff. Lucarno won the English St. Ledger at a mile and 3/4. Thoughtworthy, an English Group 2 winner in a mile and a half. And then my personal favorite here, Flying Officer, winner of the Group 2 British Champions Long Distance Cup Stakes, going 2 miles. On this side of the pond, the family has Cozy Rosie, who's a Grade 2 winner, a mile and an eighth. Ancient Fables, a Grade 3 winner at a mile and a 16th on the turf. And Lexicon, who's a Grade 2 winner at 6 furlongs. So there's quite a bit of gumption behind this one. I think that going further distances in the next prep and into the Kentucky Oaks isn't going to be a problem for Cosmic Burst.
Yeah, and adding to that, I see a couple of steeplechase stakes horses in this female family. And when I look at that, I definitely interpret it as a sign of stamina. So Cosmic Burst, really a kind of stamina-laden female family to back up young sire Violence. Looking ahead on the road to the Oaks, our lone prep this coming weekend is the Bourbonette at Turfway. It's hit its points cut this year, offers just 20 to the winner, one of the only synthetic preps on the road to the Oaks. But it has been positioned further out from the big weekend at Churchill Downs, perhaps allowing more time for one more prep for these fillies since it's no longer essentially a win and in. We will be on site this Saturday at Turfway along with colleague Byron King, so you can follow along on DRF Live and on social media. And of course, we'll be back at this same time next week to bring you the latest on the road to the Kentucky Oaks.